What I'm about to tell you shouldn't be possible. For 15 years, I've coordinated Arctic research operations, and I've seen equipment failures, communication blackouts, even complete evacuations during blizzards. But I've never seen an entire research station simply vanish without a trace. Scientists said it was impossible for a facility to disappear overnight, but I have satellite images that prove otherwise. This changes everything we thought we knew about what's really happening in the Arctic. As someone who spent over a decade managing remote Arctic installations, I thought I'd seen every possible emergency scenario. I've coordinated rescues during -60-degree storms, managed supply drops to stations buried under 20 feet of snow, and dealt with equipment failures that left researchers stranded for months. When you're responsible for the safety of scientists working in the most isolated places on Earth, you learn to expect the unexpected. But what happened to Outpost 17 in March of 2024 shattered every protocol, every explanation, every rational understanding I had built over my career. What I didn't know was that some emergencies don't have solutions because they're not emergencies at all. There's something else entirely. Outpost 17 was our most successful remote research facility. Located 800 miles north of the Arctic Circle, it housed 12 researchers studying ice core samples and climate data. The station had been operational for 3 years without a single major incident. Everything seemed routine until March 15th. Dr. Sarah Hoffman's team had just completed their quarterly supply inventory, and all systems were functioning perfectly. The weather was unusually calm for that time of year, with clear skies and mild temperatures of only -30 degrees. The team's last communication came at 1800 hours, a standard check-in confirming all personnel were accounted for, and research activities were proceeding on schedule. Little did I know that this routine transmission would be the last anyone would ever hear from Outpost 17. But then our morning satellite sweep on March 16th showed something that made no sense. Where Outpost 17 should have been, there was nothing but smooth, undisturbed ice. Not damaged buildings, not scattered debris, not even foundation marks. Just perfect, pristine, Arctic surface, as if nothing had ever been built there. My eyes told me the station was gone, but my instruments told me something even more impossible. The ice showed no signs of recent disturbance. The snow patterns were consistent with formations that take weeks to develop naturally. I thought our satellite system was malfunctioning, but backup images from 3 different agencies showed identical results. If I was right about what I was seeing, 12 people in an entire research facility had simply ceased to exist. Just when I thought the situation couldn't get stranger, our investigation team arrived at the coordinates 3 days later. Every test we ran gave us impossible results. Ground-penetrating radar detected no buried structures, no foundation remnants, no metal signatures whatsoever. Ice core samples showed layered formation patterns, indicating the surface had been undisturbed for at least 6 weeks. The storm was getting closer, and we had limited time to document what we were finding. When I showed our preliminary findings to Director Patterson back at headquarters, her face went white. She immediately classified the investigation and ordered our team to return to base. No one would believe what we were seeing, because what we were seeing was scientifically impossible. My reputation was on the line, but more importantly, 12 people were missing without any logical explanation for how or where they could have gone. We had to document this before the evidence disappeared, along with everything else. Our geologists compared the site to archived satellite images from before the station was built. It was like finding a smartphone in a dinosaur fossil. The ice formations were identical to how the area looked 5 years ago, before any human activity had occurred there. But we had construction records, supply manifests, and 3 years of daily communications proving that Outpost 17 had existed. The storm was bearing down on us, and we were running out of time to solve a mystery that defied every law of physics and logic I knew. Then it hit me while reviewing the archived communications. Dr. Hoffman had mentioned strange electromagnetic readings in her final reports, readings that didn't match any known Arctic phenomena. Suddenly, everything clicked when I cross-referenced those readings with similar anomalies reported by other Arctic stations? The answer was staring me in the face in the data we'd been collecting for months. In that moment, I realized we weren't dealing with a missing station. We were dealing with something that could make an entire facility and everyone in it simply cease to exist in our reality. But this discovery meant something much bigger than one missing research station. If this electromagnetic phenomenon was happening at Outpost 17, what about the other 47 facilities reporting similar readings across the Arctic? Time was running out to share this information before it too disappeared from official records. When NASA heard about our findings, they immediately restricted access to all related satellite data. This could change how we understand the fundamental nature of reality itself, but the implications were too dangerous for public knowledge. What we found could explain dozens of unexplained disappearances in remote locations, but it also raised terrifying questions about the stability of our physical world. This affects everyone on the planet because these electromagnetic anomalies are spreading, and we have no way to predict where they'll appear next. I'm not the same Arctic coordinator who went to investigate a missing research station. I'm someone who's seen evidence that our reality isn't as stable as we believe. But there's so much more we don't know about these electromagnetic voids and how they're created. Stories like this are happening right now at remote facilities around the world, and most of them are being classified before the public ever learns about them. Join thousands who are uncovering these mysteries before these secrets are lost forever, buried in classified files that will never see the light of day. If this blew your mind like it did mine, smash that like button and subscribe. There are phenomena in the Arctic that will change everything you believe about reality itself.